Hi there, today I'm going to do a review of the Ryobi P551 chop saw. This is one of their 18 plus 1 volt products. It's a pretty nifty little unit, and I'm going to do just a real quick my impressions of it. I've had it for a while, I've been meaning to do a video on it and finally getting to it. You're going to want this saw, pretty much the only reason you're going to want this saw is if you're someplace remote, which is the reason I bought it, because I'm building stuff out in the woods where you don't have access to electricity and you don't feel like firing up a generator to power up a 110 volt saw. Some of the things that are really nice about this, it's super lightweight. I mean, it's only 15 pounds. Has pretty much all the features you would expect to see in a saw. It has a blade lock that you can press, and it comes with the wrench to change the blade out, which I don't ever hardly do anyways. Comes with all the standard detents that you want, where you can, let me open this up, where you can spin it around to your 22.5, 31.5, 45 degree angles. You can, it's pretty easy to loosen up this right here, and you can change the angle so you can do cuts that way. So it's going to do everything that you want a chop saw to do. The only problem is it doesn't really do it very awesome. It's a very slow cut. I think Ryobi super missed an opportunity with this by making it an 18 volt only and not a hybrid like they've done with some of their other things. So you have the spot in the back here where the battery goes, and I think that if you wanted to sell this as like a full-time unit, it would have been really nice to have the ability to get the power from 110, and then on the unique occasions where you're someplace else that you could just plop a battery in it and make it work. It's slow to cut because you have to go really slow through a piece of wood, and basically a 2x4 is about the biggest thing you're going to put through this. If you put smaller things through it, you can go a little bit quicker, but if you put a 2x4, you have to go real slow or just stop. Overall, I have to say, if you're not looking for it to do a whole lot, if you just need something out somewhere remote where you need to make some cuts, it's going to get the job done, and it makes a nice cut on the few things that I've done with it. But if you're used to using a 110 volt, 15 amp chop saw, this is not going to compare to it in any way. So don't even think for a second that that's going to be the reality that you're going to get with this guy right here. It comes with a dust collector bag, and I have never taken this off since I got it home. And this is all the sawdust that I've collected in it after chopping quite a bit of lumber. I don't take the bag off because basically I just don't want it shooting sawdust out all over the room. And you could hook this up to a, the hose of your shop vac and collect stuff that way. Maybe it performs better doing that, but I don't know. Not really. Another thing that's kind of I guess it sounds good on the package is it comes with a laser, but I have to tell you I never really use it because I'm normally using this outside, and if you're in daylight, it's almost invisible. So I just don't even use the laser at all. And if I'm inside, I'm probably using my 110 power chop saw. So I don't know. It's kind of not such a big deal. So it's pretty easy if you go too fast to kill this thing. You got to go a little slower. And then a real peculiar thing is if you have the laser on and it hangs up, it won't turn back on until you turn the laser off. I have no idea why it does that. If you're going to say, should I get this? I would say if you're someplace remote, like I said at the beginning, and you need one of these, it'll do the job. You just have to be patient with the cut and just let the saw do the work and slowly push the saw through the wood, and it'll get the job done. You get a lot of cuts out of it. It doesn't like, this is the big battery, the 4 amp. It does not like the small battery at all. You get a couple cuts out of it, and it stops working, and I don't know why. Maybe it just doesn't. You got to use the big fat battery with this. That's the other thing. Yeah, I would if I had to do it again, I probably would not buy this. But it's okay, which is not really an endorsement.